Guys, welcome to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've posted anything, but honestly I've been a bit busy with a lot of stuff. There's not a lot of light in my face. There we go. That's probably better. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, I've not been riding for a while. If you can see, this thing's a bit undercover. It's going through a few little bits and bobs at the moment. It's not been running right. Every time I took it out, it was just awful. So yeah, at the moment that's got a few parts I need to put on it. I've put some new coils on it, I've got new plugs to go on it and new caps. I want to change the exhaust. It's got Dominator R's on it at the moment and they're just a bit too loud for my ears. Even with earplugs on, it's just too much. So I've got some standard exhaust going back on. I know that sounds probably pretty boring, but for comfort of riding, for me, I prefer to hear the sound of the engine more than basically two cannons on the back. So they'll be going up for sale soon. I've also got a few other projects on the go, like this Civic here, which I've had for a long time. It's just been sat there. It's a EP2 1.6. I'm going to be doing a turbo conversion on it. So far, I've done a few little bits and bobs to it, a few Type R accessory add-ons and a few little custom bits myself, which I'll get into in another video. We'll go through this car completely again when I've kind of finished the bike, and got another bike as well to finish and get that out. But yeah, this thing, the last time anything's been done to this car was probably about 2 years ago when I had all the welding done, because it's quite common. The rust starts to form behind the speakers on the wheel arches and then goes through across the sills. And a really good friend of mine welded it all up for me, did a fantastic job. So it's really just sat there since, because last year I sorted this bike out and didn't have time for the car, so the car's just sat and sat and sat. But obviously sunny weather now, I want to get the bike running right and things like that, because it's just been awful and it's been covered in mud over winter. I've had to use it for winter when my car broke and when my van decided it wanted to break a couple of times. So I got rid of the car, got the van, and then the van decided it didn't want to play ball, so that's had quite a few bits and bobs done to it. I did do a big video on replacing drive shafts on it, because both my drive shafts went at the same time, which was just a 1 in a million chance. So I did do a massive video on that, and unfortunately lost all the data on my phone. So yeah, so we're going to get on with the bike today and try and do the plugs, do the caps, do the exhausts. I'm between wanting to spray in the tank or just leaving it. I don't know. It might be a thing I do next year, possibly. But I am also looking about changing the bike, and she's a bit scruffy, so she could do with a really good spray job, really, and just a good tidy up. She needs an oil change, she needs filter changes, she needs quite a lot of stuff doing. Just because I bought this bike a year ago and it'd been off the road for 4 years, and I just did the bare minimum to get it through MOT. It's not really had the carbs balanced or cleaned or anything like that, so I kind of want to go through all that and get it running right and get it running nice, so I can enjoy it before I decide if I want to sell it or not, because it is quite a big bike, and I'm not the biggest chap. I'm not that tall, and sometimes when, you know, the curbs or roadsides and things like this are a bit uneven, I need to like lean over to get my leg down to put it on the floor flat, and when that 280 kilos of weight decides it's going to go over it, it can be a little bit much. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to start doing a few jobs to this, and I'll catch you up when I've done them and kind of show you what I've done so far as I go. Right guys, spark plugs are now in, and I don't know if you can kind of see this, but they're burning quite rich. So yeah, there's no nice golden brown, it's just a bit sooty. So that could be down to bad coils, like I think it could be, or really bad car adjustment, because it's been sat for ages without a proper car balance afterwards. It's been sat. So yeah, the tips as well, they're quite worn down. Now the guy who did this, he said he got them off eBay, these plugs. These are NGK Iridium plugs, which are the wrong ones for the carb model. They are for the EFI model, but they do, I don't know, they're on eBay. They could be genuine, they could be fakes, I don't know. But my plugs, I got them directly from the Honda dealer, so I know they're correct for this bike. So we'll give them a try anyway with the new coils, new caps as well. I just need to do the cap on this rear cylinder. I've done the front one. So I just need to do that, and then we're on to stripping the back end of the bike down and the exhausts. So I've got the exhaust off this thing, as you can see. Not too bad to be fair, because I only had them off a year ago. And the Dominators only slip on, it's not so bad. But yeah, it took a few minutes, just, you know, get them off nicely and make sure I don't damage anything, because I do want to sell these Dominators if I can. But let's just show you kind of old versus the Dominators. Or should I say standard versus the Dominators. There seems to be, you know, there's quite a difference, to be fair. But weight mainly. The weight is quite considerable. Standard ones are pretty heavy compared to the Dominators. Obviously, the Dominators are stainless. So, yeah, we'll get these on as well. Got new seals to go on. I did have new clamps. God knows where they've gone. They seem to have vanished. So, my other ones aren't so bad that were on it originally, so I'm going to try and use those and hope they see it okay. If not, then I will go and get some different clamps. So a little setback with the exhaust. Yeah, so basically last year I had to take all the exhaust off this bike and broke an exhaust stud off in the head, drilled it out, put a new exhaust stud in. They are very prone to breaking exhaust studs in the head, and to get the standard exhaust back on to align them all up properly with a bit of angle and leeway to get them all up into position would mean I'd have to take all the collector box back off again, and with the hassle I had last year I don't know if it's really worth it, and I don't know if I can be bothered, if I'm honest, which is a shame because I love this thing to have the standard exhaust on and kind of be a bit quieter. So what I've done is I've put the Dominators back on, which is, as you can see, back on now, and I'm going to buy some DV killers for this thing and try and quiet this down a bit. So what I'm doing now is kind of getting rid of some electrical gremlins on here. It's got heated grips on this bike and it causes nothing but problems. They just kill the battery too fast, even though the battery is absolutely brand new. The rectifier and the regulator are working fine. As soon as you put these heated grips on, I don't know if it's because they're just too old or whatever, or they're drawing too much power because there's a fault with them, they just kill my battery. So I've only used them a couple of times because it's put me on the side of the road with no battery and completely killed them, because it just can't get enough charging fast enough, even though the voltage is kicking out at 14 volts onto the battery. It's still pulling too much power, so I think there might be a problem with them. So I'm currently in the process of taking the handlebar heated grips off, and I'm going to put some standard grips on. There's a few other little electrical things like USB. Well, it's an Oxford adapter, so you could probably possibly put a USB on it, or maybe a trickle charger or something onto the battery. So I just want to try and get rid of as many of these little electrical things on here that I don't know if they're good or bad, and just get them off. If I want, you know, an Oxford USB charger on there, I'll put a brand new one on myself. That way I know it's new, I know it's okay, and just tidy up some of this wiring, because a lot of it is just so bad from people messing around over the years. So yeah, a bit disappointed I can't put the standard ones on, but Dominator's back on. We'll order some baffles and try and quiet this thing down a bit. I'm going to go for the hard DB killers, just because I want as quiet as I can. And then yeah, I'm going to get these jobs done now, and I'll show you when I'm done. So you have to give me on the light. It's not that good on here, but so I've been trying to get this heated handlebar off. I've done the left hand side, which is all off, and a new one's been put on. The the right hand one is posing a problem. I'm nearly there, but one hole in my finger later, and with that far through, anyone that ever says put heated handlebars on your bike, just don't do it, because if their glue ever goes or the rubber wears off like mine, they don't come off nicely. No matter, you know, you're going to have to cut through it, and this is the kind of problem you have, and then you run the risk of damaging the actual throttle, you know, itself. So fingers crossed, hopefully I can get this off. So we managed to get it off. This is the mangled mess that came off. They're never going to come out clean. In the 20 years I've been riding bikes and taking heat grips off, I've never had one come off clean. I've tried heating them, I've tried all kinds of things. Unfortunately, breaking them off sometimes is the only way. On the odd occasion, you know, you might be able to kind of, you know, get a screwdriver in there, spray some spray in it and break it down, but chances are you're going to have to break them off. But we can go now and put on a new grip on that side so it matches the other side. There we go. New one is on. You can put glue on them and things like that to help stick them on. I've never found them come off, but to ease them on, believe it or not, a little bit of washing up liquid, because it dries out, goes sticky. Run it along the side, slides down, and I've never had one come off. I've never had one come loose. I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but that's just the way I do things. It was something I was taught by my granddad. And a little bit of washing up liquid, just a little dab on the inside, slide them on, and as you can see, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, it's things like this that I found right now. I'm just recording my phone. I swapped from the camera to the phone just to make it easy for myself to film this. What I've just pulled out of this bike is just, I wonder why people are allowed to touch things. You know, it's probably safe, but it's just bodging and it's awful. Let me show you. Okay, can you see this thing? Someone's used, you know, it's household cord, obviously off something, or probably a lawnmower or a string or something, and then joined it here up to the connector, which was probably the Oxford connector. But it's bodging, and I don't like bodging, so that's coming off and staying off, thank God. There's been a couple of days now ago because I've had work and things like that. I'll be honest, I've done a lot of stuff to this thing off camera, simply for getting it done, and just forgetting to put my my camera on, really, and just getting on with it because I just wanted it done. A few little changes. Tank is now starting black instead of silver, so I think it blends into the bike a little bit nicer than what it was on. The exhaust are now back on. Starts up, runs absolutely beautifully now, and absolutely just sits there like a dream. Before it struggled to sit and idle. So new coils, new plugs, new leads, bit of a tune up as well, and she's just sits there lovely. I'll insert some clips of her running that I took in between. But yeah, she's all back together. Just need to give her a test ride, and fingers crossed she'll be running nice and sweet now. But yeah, I'll take you out on a test ride as well, and let's see how she's running. Typical, you can't write it. There's always going to be something wrong. Took the bike off the centre stand, off the paddock stand to come down, and it decided to. I don't know how it happened, but it sprang up, got caught underneath my jivvy rack at the back, and just snapped it clean off. Yeah, I'll show you now. So as you can see, it's completely snapped off. I know it's plastic tied on. That's because not so long ago the brackets completely fell out. I did order a new set to go on it, but they are too short and won't go on. So the plastic ties actually do hold it on really tight. They're decent plastic ties, just for the sake of time being. But yeah, it's completely broke my jivvy rack, so now I need to order another one of those. Thanks, Honda. Right, as you can hear, we've got the bike idling, sitting here. Let's go and take a bit of a ride, see what she's like. Like I say, straight away off the bat, she is a lot peppier. A lot peppier. Barely press the throttle, and she is just off she goes. See as we go. She seems so far a lot happier running wise. Smoother now than it did. It was misfiring like hell. Even if I decide I don't want to keep this thing, I've definitely made it more saleable anyway. It's definitely better. Take a plug out of this after this ride, see if the plug's in any kind of decent shape. Might be getting low on fuel here. It starts to splutter a bit. Well, That was interesting. When I took the cap off the fuel tank, I had a lot of air in there. I'm hoping I don't have a hose that's come off accidentally. It shouldn't have done. They all went on there tight, but you just never know. I'll have to have a look at it again when I get home. Right, let's see if we can try and get some kind of ride in now without some fucker trying to kill me. Oh, she's peppier up the top. She's definitely a peppier top end. I do think I need some new, definitely need some new tyres on this thing though. They are just, I think they got lots of flat spots on them. Can't get the heating on properly. Oh, yes, go on.
Yes! More of that, please. More of that, my girl. Oh! Giddy up! Giddy up!
Guys, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe to the channel, and let me know what you think of the video. I plan to do more with the Civic and the other bike and record some of that as well as vlogs and everything. Anyway guys, like, subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.